Hey guys, this is the 2023 cost of living update. This video has been done to death by every agent on YouTube, and if you search YouTube 2023 cost of living, I think you'll hit every small town in America, and so we're going to do it a little different. Now, I will say this, if you want the stats, I will give you the stats, but I'm going to put the stats at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Now look, guys, we know it's 2023. We have inflation is crazy. Gas is an arm and a leg, and in some parts of the country, it's both arms and both legs. Kentucky is cheaper. That's why we get a lot of phone calls of people wanting to come to Kentucky. We are significantly cheaper than a lot. We're not the cheapest state to live in, but we are cheaper than most. And so we have these calls all the time as people want to come. They want to know what things cost. So I'm going to give you some examples of what it costs to go out and do a few things in E-Town, a few things in Bowling Green, and then you can kind of figure out what you want to do in between. Now, we'll start with Bowling Green. So there's several things that you can do with your family. Now, nothing's cheap anymore. We all know this, but I want to kind of give you some expensive things to do, some more expensive things to do, and some less expensive things to do. So like, let's go expensive. We have NCM Motorsports Park right up the street from where we live, and you can actually rent a brand new brand new C7 Corvette. I think they're 7, maybe 8s, whatever number they're on now. I lose track. But the new one, a Z06. You know, the bad mamma jamma of the Corvettes. 4 laps, $1,000 bucks. $250 a lap. You can drive it, and they do follow me, lead me type format. They make you follow the car, then they have a car follow you. Sounds really fun if you can swing it. Now, on that note, I will say, they will make you sign a waiver or sign the insurance thing for $80. You get $20,000 worth of insurance, and anything above that comes out of your pocket. Or you can waive the insurance and buy a car if you wreck it. Just saying. Now, while you're there, they have the NCM Kartplex. We just did this a couple of weeks ago, maybe last weekend or the weekend before, I'm not sure. That's actually much cheaper, and you can rent go-karts there, and they're actually pretty fast, and you can rent them for 20 bucks, and it's for 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, it gives you enough time, if you're competitive like me, to lap your kids 3 times. Just saying. Now, I'm giving you examples of things that we do. Things that we've done, things that we enjoy doing with our kids, things that you can do less inexpensive and have a good time and not break the bank. Or you can break the bank, it's up to you. Now, Bowling Green is the home of the Corvette. If you didn't know that, now you know that. And so we have the Corvette Museum, which you can take your family to at $17 a person. That lets you walk through the Corvette museum. It's pretty neat. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. They have a simulator where they'll put you in an actual Corvette with like the virtual racing thing, and you can actually drive the Corvette through it. That's kind of expensive, but just to get in, you know, it's like, you know, the museum's like every other place. You get in, they should give you the tickets for free because they get done selling you everything. You're poor when you leave. But you can get in for 17 bucks, walk around, check out all the Corvettes. And they've got like from the first Corvette to the newest Corvette, and a whole bunch of like specialty ones that are in there. Really neat place to check out. But if you're on a budget, I like Arch Corvettes next door. Now, the thing about Arch Corvettes, it's 10 bucks to get in, and it's this huge warehouse full of old muscle cars, Corvettes, Camaros, and Fords, if you call Ford a muscle car. There's Mustangs and all other stuff in there, and it's really neat. The cool part about Arch Museum, going back to being real expensive, take your checkbook, because a lot of those cars are for sale. So, 10 bucks to get in, 50 grand to have your new car. Hey, what's not to like about that? Now, if you're more into the outdoor scenes, there's things that you can do like Mammoth Cave, you can get in. So they have different tours, and different tours are different lengths, and different lengths cost different ticket prices, but typically $20, $23. You can go to the national park, go do a cave tour or spelunking. I don't really call it spelunking because most of those paths you walk on are, well, they're like pedestrian paths, they're like a sidewalk. So, you know, you do have that. That's actually a really neat thing to do. And of course, our state parks, you can go visit our state parks like Nolan State Park or Barren River State Park or any of those at the lakes. You can get in there for free. So there are things that you can still do that are free. Now, as far as E-Town goes, there's plenty of stuff to do in E-Town as well. You know, so when you look at like the cost of going to a movie tickets are $10, 10, 11 bucks on a Friday night. They're cheaper if you do a matinee, or if you go through the week, they tend to be a little bit less expensive. But you can go to Heartland Mini Golf, 13 bucks a round. So, you know, family of 4, it's what, $52? to play around the golf with a family of 4. Or you can go to Sky's the Limit and you can bounce for an hour for 18 bucks a person. So not a lot of difference between putt-putt golf and bouncing, just less chances of injury playing putt-putt golf than bouncing. Just saying if you got kids. Now, as far as like splash parks go, E-Town has the E-Town Splash Park, and so if you want to get in there, it's like $9 a day, or you can buy a season pass for $125. Get you in all year. So if you're going to use it a lot, maybe spend the extra money and get the season pass. Now, Beach Bend Splash Park, and they have a few roller coasters, and Bowling Green is $44 a day per person for an adult. I don't know what the 2024 season passes are going to be yet. They haven't put that information out, but I will say about Beach Bend, if you're a veteran, active duty or prior service, and you have your card, get in for free. Kind of cool. Thank you guys to our veterans. Going back to E-Town, and it's not really in E-Town, it's in Shepherdsville, north of Shepherdsville. They have kart country, which is also really, like, look guys, I like to ride go-karts. I know I'm a kid, I'm dumb, whatever. But go-karts at kart country, which is a big road course track, is $7 a lap. So you're like, $7 a lap? It's a mile and a half. It actually takes a little bit of time to get around it. I wish they would let you just pay like 20 bucks and do like 3 laps and not make you come in, because the time you get wound up good, you got to go in and pay and get out and you get a different cart. It's kind of dumb. They should just let you go. Also at kart country, they have an arcade and bumper boats. And again, it's like they get you in these places and you're like, oh, it's only $7 to ride a go-kart. Well, that's true. But the time you get out of the arcade and they nickel and dime you, it's like $500 later, especially if you have very many kids. It's crazy. They know what they're doing. They know how to get your money. Now moving into the boring part of this video, let's talk about some stats. And I want to give you guys this, and if you're still here watching this video, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell. It means a lot. I know a lot of you guys watch these that aren't subscribed because we see your comments. And so, like and subscribe. And one big thing that you have to factor in the cost of living in Kentucky is we are huge college sports fans here. We don't have a pro team, we have college teams. There's a team in Lexington, and then there's U of L. Just saying. But to go to a U of L game, if you want to go to a football game and you're not a student, it's about $50 a seat. You can spend more or less. So $50 gets you pretty decent seats. You can sit way up high for a little less money, and you can sit way down low for a lot more money. Spend as much or little money as you want there. Basketball tickets, kind of the same thing, unless you go to the U of L and the team from Lexington's game. And UK, if you don't know. Now you know, we won't talk about them. And so if you go to that game, it's like $150 for a nosebleed seat. But typically, if you go to a conference game like U of L, you're looking at about $30 for a decent seat. You can sit higher for less money or closer for a lot more money. Now, if you go to, let's say we go to a U of L game every weekend and we eat dinner on the way home, you're gonna need a 6-figure job. It's just expensive. It is what it is. Things are expensive. Now, if you go to State Park, it doesn't take as much money. It's free. So again, the cost of living is very relative to what you like to do and how much money you want to spend. So the cost of living can be quite inexpensive, or it can be quite expensive. It's kind of up to you. Now that we're through the cost of living, having fun, now let's talk about the cost of living, the adulting stuff. Not so much fun. So this is October, the end of October, 1st of November, 2023. $3.16 for gas. For regular unleaded, it's $3.16. So again, depending on where you're coming from, that's significantly cheaper. Housing prices, average housing price in Elizabethtown is roughly $270,000. Average housing price in Bowling Green is roughly $280,000. Now, while that sounds the same, it can be a little bit deceiving. And the reason I say that is because you find a lot more basements in E-Town than you do in Bowling Green. So housing prices might be similar, but you have a much better shot of getting a basement for that same price in E-Town as you would in Bowling Green. So keep that in your mind. According to livingcost.org, we are 23% cheaper than the national average to live here, which is a good thing. And we are the 9th lowest cost in living out of the states. Again, there are states cheaper than us, but most of them more expensive we are. So, our living cost here is pretty inexpensive, relatively speaking. Fun fact, Bowling Green, 36% cheaper than Nashville to live in. And we're only an hour away. So I'm just saying, if you're looking at Nashville, come up here and move up with us in Bowling Green, and you can be downtown and have all the same fun in an hour. You can even Uber it if you got enough money. Another fun fact, Bowling Green and E-Town are 88% cheaper than LA. So I mean, when you look at that, It's like a bargain, so why ain't you here? The average salary in Kentucky is about 52 grand a year. You can live on 52 grand a year if you have if there's two dual working household where you and your partner work. You know, it still puts you up to where you can live a really nice, fun, comfortable lifestyle. You know, again, it doesn't matter how much money you make. It's kind of how you live and try to live within your means. You can absolutely buy a house here on what we have as a salary. Again, housing is more expensive when you look at rates today, or as of Friday, we're like 7.5%, 8%. Those gains are coming down. Rates are coming down. Rates will come down at some point. They have to, or we're all in trouble. The cost of living, comparatively speaking, in Kentucky is significantly cheaper than most places. And honestly, what they don't factor in the cost of living is Kentucky is actually a good place to live. And people are friendly here. And that actually means a lot. So not only are we a little bit cheaper than a lot of places, we're a lot nicer than a lot of places. But I do understand that everything has been expensive. Inflation and COVID just screwed up the world. I get it. We're coming out of that and moving back to a more normal market. Check out my video, if it hasn't come up, will be coming up, on is now a good time to buy. And I hope everyone's doing well, and we'll talk to you real soon. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Check out our reload guide, real helpful. Got everything you need in A to Z. Hope everyone's doing well. Talk to you soon.